Jets, Jets, and welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and we got a fun one for you guys today. This past weekend was the Senior Bowl, and there were a lot of players who showed out, and I am excited to talk to you guys about some of the players that I think really helped improve their draft stock coming up in this year's NFL draft, and who I think could be good fits for the New York Jets. So getting into it, the first person I want to talk to you guys about is somebody who I've been very, very big on, Jackson Dart. He is the quarterback of Ole Miss, and he is someone who I have been very, very high on for a while now. You could hear all the stuff I say about him on X, and he really improved his stock at the Senior Bowl this week. He had a rough start to the practices. He was missing some balls. His footwork wasn't the best, but as the week went on, he got better and better. Into the game, he had a beautiful deep bomb for a touchdown and an awesome 2-point conversion. He throws one of the best deep balls in this draft. Now, I know a lot of people are saying this is a weaker quarterback draft, and I would agree. And Jackson Dart has been somebody who's been skyrocketing up draft boards to the point where people are saying he could be QB2 in this draft, jumping Shedeur Sanders. I honestly think that he is the best quarterback in this draft. No offense to Cam Ward, but I think I get such a good feeling about Jackson Dart, and he really, really reminds me of Baker Mayfield, and I would love to have a Baker Mayfield type of quarterback on my team. Now, the second guy I want to talk to you guys about is somebody who I really have a lot of respect for, somebody who I became a big fan of, and that is Oregon's wide receiver, Tez Johnson. I think this guy could be the second or third best receiver in this draft. He is 5'9", weighs 156 pounds. He is somebody of small stature, but he plays big. He is tough as hell. He runs really, really good routes. One of his weaknesses was scouts said he didn't really have the best hands. Well, if you look at him all week in practice, the guy wasn't dropping passes at all. And nobody could cover him. This guy was uncoverable. And that's saying a lot because there were some really good cornerbacks in this Senior Bowl this year. And Tez Johnson was burning them all and wide open on every single play. This kid is going to be a stud. He is going to be a steal in this year's NFL draft. And I'm really hoping the Jets could get him because he is a very solid wide receiver and a need for the Jets. We need a receiver. And I think Tez Johnson could be that guy. Now, the third person I am going to bring up to you is somebody who also had a very big week and also fits a big need for our New York Jets, especially if we don't re-sign Tyler Conklin, and that is Harold Fanning Jr. He is the tight end from Bowling Green. He is 6'3", 238 pounds. He's got a lot of positives, guys. He reminds me a lot of Dustin Keller. For those Jet fans who don't remember, he was a solid tight end for us in his prime. Did get injured, which sort of really messed with his career. But Dustin Keller was a stud for the Jets for a long, long time, and I see that in Harold Fanning as well. This kid had a great senior week and a good game in the Senior Bowl. This kid was also uncoverable. He caught everything. He has really, really good hands. Very crisp route runner as well. Has better speed for his size. Better speed, can outrun a lot of linebackers. He could be a problem when covered by a linebacker, which is something, if you're going to go with a young quarterback for the Jets, a tight end is always a great safety net to have. Now, he does need to improve on his blocking. He does get stood up a lot. Blocking is not his best, but I think working with our new offensive line coach, Steve Hayden, who came from the Detroit Lions as their tight ends coach, look what he did with Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta was not a great blocker coming out of college. I think he could work wonders with Harold Fanning too, because I think our blocking scheme is going to be tailored towards tight ends blocking as well. And if this kid could improve his blocking, the sky's the limit for this kid. So he's somebody who I think could be very, very solid and be picked in round 2, maybe if we're lucky, round 3. The fourth guy that I think is going to be a very, very good player and whose stock really, really skyrocketed is interior offensive lineman Gray Zabel. Now, he also had a very, very good Senior Bowl week practices. He was taking on everybody and able to block and stood a lot of people up. He has a lot of power. Some of his positives: shows impressive lower half mobility and pad level. Somebody who can stay low and get where he needs to be very, very quickly. He can move well for his size. He's 6'5", 316 pounds, and moves pretty quickly for his size. Now, other things: does a nice job stepping on the toes of defenders, working his hips through contact, can get people out of the way. Think of Elijah Vera Tucker. He is very solid as a guard, gets low, and moves really well. This kid, Gray Zabel, could be a great pipeline type of player. If somebody gets injured, he can step right in. He is somebody who I think can be very, very solid for this Jets team, and somebody who I would like to see picked in the later rounds, unless he goes a lot higher. This kid did a really good job this week, and I think he could go a lot higher than a lot of people say, but this could be a solid interior offensive line option for the Jets. If we were to pick him, I know I'd be excited, and I think a lot of Jets fans would be excited as well. Now, the fourth guy that I'm going to bring up is somebody who really, really stood out and is a big, big need for this Jets team, and that's going to be on the defensive side. That is going to be Deone Walker, defensive lineman. This guy is a behemoth of a man. He stands at 6'7", 340 pounds. This guy is massive, and he moves so quick. He is somebody who dominated at the Senior Bowl this week. He is from Kentucky. He is somebody who dominated all year. The problem that a lot of people see with him, though, is his motor. So he is somebody who gets gassed very, very quickly, and somebody who doesn't go 100% at all times. Now, if he wants to be an all-star on the pro level, he needs to give it 110%. I know AG and our defense will not tolerate not going 100%, 110% all day. And that's something that Deone Walker needs to do. The same thing could be said about Leonard Taylor when he was coming out of college, but he stepped up immensely on this team. And Deone Walker, I think, could end up being a monster on this defensive line, standing right next to Q. Man, this guy could be a beast in this defensive line. What we had issues with last year was our run game, our run defense. People ran all over the Jets last year, and it was not fun to see. So Deone Walker could be that run stuffer that all of us desperately need. And I think he'd be a perfect fit for this Jets defense. And with that all being said, that is all I got for you guys today. Those are the 4 players who I think really, really brought up their draft stock for this upcoming draft. And I'm really, really excited to see where they end up going in the draft. I think they're going to go pretty high. But if they do slip, I think the Jets could find hidden gems in these guys. And for positions of need as well, which we're going to have a lot of them. But these guys could really, really fit those positions. And I'm really excited for them. Now, if you liked this video today, please leave a like, subscribe. I'm always happy to have anybody and everybody in this chat. I am always welcoming to new subscribers as well. I love every single one of you. If you have any comments, please let me know who you think rose up their draft stock, who really, really improved during the Senior Bowl. I'm always happy to hear what you guys think. And with that being said, thank you for joining me today in the Jets Ward. I'll see you next time, guys.